talk about a waste of great potential right there. Like we're talking about the Nexus, which formed back in 2010, and it had and I'm counting the original Nexus up until SummerSlam. I refuse to acknowledge what happened afterwards was the Nexus, since after that everything just fell apart. Wade Barrett, Darren Young, Skip Sheffield, Michael Trevor, Justin Gabriel, Heath Slater, and David Otunga. Also Daniel Bryan, but he was exiled from the group after he had strangled, I think it was Justin Roberts, with a tie that WWE said, it's too violent for our TV PG programming, even though the Attitude Era was PG. Wait, what? And, and considering what happened later down the road, I think that was possibly a blessing in disguise for Daniel Bryan. But I digress. The group had formed over being disgruntled with management over how they were treated in NXT, according to Wade Barrett as the leader of the group. Um, they had staged attacks on various superstars and personnel. They even attacked legends like Ricky Steamboat, Bret Hart. Let's see, I'm trying to remember his other name. Uh, one of the Von Erichs. No, wait. The Freebirds. Sorry. One of the Freebirds. I kind of forgot his name. Uh, and like they had assaulted everybody backstage. Uh, it was pretty bad with the story. How and including Dusty Rhodes, Jerry Lawler. Um, they had attacked all these guys. And I was really enjoying the angle they were going with these threats. And I really loved how they were showcasing these guys as disgruntled guys who wanted power and pretty much from the WWE. And yeah, let's get to what was building up to SummerSlam. Like SummerSlam was happening, SummerSlam was closing in, and during these months prior, they had screwed Cena out of the WWE title. They had interfered in matches where Cena invoked his rematch clause. They had attacked Chris Jericho, Edge. They attacked the Great Khali. They attacked all these other guys, building up to a big Survivor Series style matchup where it would be the Nexus versus Team WWE, and the teams would be of R-Truth, John Morrison. Let's see, John Cena as the leader because it's John Cena. Edge, Chris Jericho, uh, Bret Hart, and surprising member Daniel Bryan, who had returned unexpectedly. But so this is how um, okay, everything was going well. Let me just say that everything was going well. The Nexus were the most hated group in WWE, especially after attacking Legends. So they swept that under the rug when Ricky Steamboat got a head injury. And hold on. Okay, I'm back. I had to go do something. Sorry. Uh, anyways, like I was saying, everything was going well for the Nexus. The storyline was getting high and whatnot. And then came SummerSlam. This is where I started to lose faith in the management when it came to utilizing their talent. And this is where I started to have that feeling that something wasn't right here. The Nexus had lost the match, and I was still a casual fan, so at the time I didn't know what was going on. So I went ahead and saw the match, and I was still on this whole concept of good versus evil. The Nexus were evil, the good guys were good, so I'm on the good guy side. But when the ending came, I was always questioning it. Like, something's not right here. Like, no, something isn't right here. Uh, uh, the ending was very debatable. Like, John Cena was the last remaining of his team. There was Justin Gabriel and Wade Barrett, who I consider to be two main event stars in the making. We all know how that turned out. But they had DDT'd John Cena through concrete. Therefore, he should pretty much be brain dead in storyline terms. And along with that, John Cena just tapped into Superman pretty much and won. And for a while, I was thinking like something's not right here. Even as a casual fan, I was thinking that to me that there was something not right with that booking. And then Edge and Chris Jericho had a podcast, Talk is Jericho. So I listened to it. And then I found out the original plan heading into SummerSlam was for the Nexus to defeat Team WWE. And people are wondering, wait, they were supposed to win? What happened? And then Edge and Jericho said, oh, John Cena happened. Like they had lobbied for the team to win. They wanted to lose. They wanted to put the new guys over. John Cena came to creative and said, hey, you know what would be much more better if I won? And they DDT through the concrete, and Edge and Jericho reportedly told them that idea is stupid. The whole plan's not going to work. And John Cena reportedly said, and they said, John Cena said, oh, it will make them look great. And then after the match, John Cena turned around and said I was wrong. And that's when I finally figured it out. They gave John Cena something that they clearly did not learn what happened to WCW. They gave him control. He has creative control over something. And that's where I start to lose faith in John Cena as a character, because now I'm starting to think, how long has he had this control? How long has he had this say? How long has he been allowed to do whatever he wanted? Like, it's the same problem with Hogan. Like, everyone thought Hogan earned these WWE titles, all these opportunities, but then when you hear Hulk Hogan was a politician backstage, you start to lose faith in that and thinking, did he really earn it or did he bitch his way to it? But I considered the Nexus after that and said that yeah, they're all dead. The Nexus was dead after that. Like, yeah, they continued on, had John Cena in their group, though it was a reluctant one. But considering what happened afterwards, how John Cena just went after them again and again and again by himself and started beating them all without any help, that's when I started thinking, okay, this is obviously Cena booking everything. Because there's no humanly possible way you can outlast yourself against 7 guys, or 6 guys, or 4 guys by yourself. Like, eventually the numbers game catches up to you. And the Nexus had fell apart pretty much. They lost their way. Guys were getting injured left and right. And look at how the Nexus became afterwards. Like, a lot of them, some were jobbers, some became mid-card guys at best. And what I mean by mid-card, like, the guys who I thought could have been upper mid-card holding in the Continental reigns were the wrong guys. Like, I pictured Wade Barrett and Justin Gabriel as main eventers, and the other guys being upper mid-carders. But it didn't work. It just... the whole roles were reversed. The rest of the guys were jobbers. Ryback became an upper mid-card guy, like, for a while, but now he's just hanging around after losing the Intercontinental title to Kevin Owens. Now, it just feels like what would have happened had the Nexus gone over at SummerSlam. We could have had more stars, a total of 7 of them. But, yeah, man. Everyone can make the accusation that, yeah, it's pretty much John Cena's fault. Like Edge and Jericho are proof. Like every time when I hear the words, "Oh, John Cena doesn't have backstage control," that's just silly. Yet, talk to Edge and Jericho, they confirmed he does. Like, John Cena has a say, and that was a sign of things to come for later down the road of how all John Cena matches were being booked. Like, it was now becoming Superman this, Superman that, bury this, bury that, make the Wyatt family look weak, make everything look weak. The only team he did not put over, the only team he put over to an extent was the Shield, and even then he had his typical John Cena excuses. So I consider that's where everything started going downhill with Cena. Like, people were losing faith in John Cena as a character, and then they started hearing these words about backstage politics, and yeah, that's where everything, in my opinion, fell apart. The Nexus died at SummerSlam. That what happened afterwards was just a dead group. Well, everyone, this was Neo Reality Entertainment. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and donate, and stay tuned for more.